What's up guys, my name is Andy. In this video, I need to finish off my 347 build with a new carburetor from Holley. Obviously I can't leave it in the box like that, so let's get it on the bench and take a look at what we got. So what I have here is, this is the model number, it's 0-80508S, and this is a 750 CFM unit. 4160 is kind of the base model number that a lot of you guys are familiar with. And in this box, what we've got is, so I needed to add one of these gaskets. I don't think I have enough of these pieces, and then this comes with some other gaskets and a wire. I have electronic choke on this setup here, so we got that. And then we got the carb itself. Oh boy, look at this juicy thing. Let's get this on the carb stand so we can take a look at it. All right, so what we've got here, we can take this off for now. And this is going to be sitting, it's going to sit in the car this way. If you're looking from the front of the car, electronic choke on this side, yeah, see this is a little bit different. See, I'm used to Edelbrock stuff, so the way that this actuates is a little bit different, but this part's going to be the same, where we turn this to adjust how much we're going to add and subtract as it warms up and that kind of stuff. Okay, so then on this side, we've got, and then our throttle linkage. Alrighty. So this unit here, it's the 4160. It's got the polished or bright finish on it. It's got vacuum secondaries. And again, some of you guys are mechanical secondaries guys. I'm just going with what my engine builder recommended for the build that I have. What do we need with this? We also need, like I said, we got these gaskets. So we're gonna need one of these guys, one of these guys. I've got one of those phenolic spacers on my car, and one of the reasons why I like that, if we were to simulate what this is going to be like on the manifold, it would sit like that, and it gets a little more space underneath here. I've got some the heater hoses that run through this. You know, we got the valve cover right here and the carb. I got heater hoses or something, so it makes it kind of tight. So I do like having this spacer. Also, this being this phenolic spacer, it reduces the heat soak. You know, as that manifold gets hot from the engine, that heat doesn't transfer into the carb. So that's another good reason why you want one of these setups. And these are the old gaskets that I had on the car before. I don't think we're gonna need these. We'll just go ahead and use the new ones. That's what we've got here. And then I went ahead, because I ordered this from Summit Racing, I went ahead and ordered their fuel line, you know, that goes from here to here like that. And then this has got a fuel pressure gauge that we're gonna go ahead and plumb into this line right here. We'll take this little plug out and plumb that in there. And then got some braided fuel line, and then the fittings that we're gonna put. This will go on the fuel pump, and then we'll hook this up onto here. On the other end, same thing, it'll thread onto this end. So I think we've got everything we need to install this in the car, so let's get started. So the first thing I need to do is install the studs that's going to hold the carb. I had to take these studs out because I had that block plate piece that went on here that I picked up the whole engine. So you got to take these out. I guess I could have left it on there and thrown some washers on there to use these studs as kind of the fastener for that setup, but I didn't want to damage these studs, so I went ahead and just took them out. Okay, now that we got those studs locked in, let's go ahead and put that spacer on here, and then I need to put the bracket that's going to hold the return spring for the throttle. All right, for right now, I'm just going to put this bracket right here for the return spring. This carb is a little bit different than what I had. I had a Edelbrock 600 CFM unit on my 289, and I'm using the same intake manifold from that car for this 347. So with the springs, you know, they're going to hook on here, and then they're going to hook up to the throttle linkage. I don't know if that's going to be enough space, or I might have to move it, but for now we'll just put it there and see what happens. All right, so get these out of the way. So I'm going to put this guy down first, and really I wish I had a little bit better one. I want something that kind of covers this space right here, because when you put this phenolic spacer in place, there is a slight little gap underneath this, and I don't know if that's going to cause turbulence or affect the air. I mean, that's something you guys, if you know anything about that, let me know. I don't think this is the right gasket for this setup. I think I need something with a bar right here to go with this. But I don't have that, and it's not going to keep the engine from running, but I'll have to come back and address that. And then we'll put this guy on here. And this gasket's pretty heavy duty. This might be enough to kind of reduce some of that heat soak from the manifold to the carb, but I'm just going to stick with what I have. And besides, it gives me the space for this coolant hoses to run underneath here for the heater. Let's go ahead and get the fuel line finished on this carb before we put it in the motor. So what I want to do is take these off and thread them in here. And if you guys have one of those wrenches that are designed for these AN fittings, I recommend that because I don't want to mar this up if I can help it. But I don't have one of those wrenches, so we're just going to have to use what I've got. And these have a flare, an internal flare or whatever it's called, so these don't need to be, you don't need to NASA tight these things, but we want them snug. And then this guy, we're going to take this little plug out, because if you didn't have a fuel pressure gauge in this spot, you would leave this plug in here. And then we can thread this guy in there. And because this is a flared, you know, kind of a tapered fitting, you don't have to, again, you don't have to make this thing super tight. There we go. Okay, and then put these guys up on here. All right, that's looking pretty good. And then, so what we're gonna have on this end is this will thread onto there, and we're gonna put it onto the end of this line here, and then this will go down. I gotta thread this into the fuel pump, and then we gotta cut this to the right length, and then we can finish it off with these pieces. So let's go ahead and stick this in the car. Oh yeah, this is looking fantastic. So again, I've got these heater hoses, and where everything's in, it's a tight fit for some of this stuff, but it'll work, which is good. I'm glad I got that spacer in there. That helps get this kind of out of the way. So now I need to go ahead and get the line ready that's gonna run down to the fuel pump. So I went ahead and put the fitting on this end that we're gonna plug in over here by the carb. And if I were to just kind of thread it in place or just kind of hold it there to get an idea of how this is gonna route. Obviously this hose is, or this fuel line is longer than I need it to be, but that's okay because I can cut it to the right size. And I put the fitting down here in the fuel pump. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a Sharpie and just mark kind of about where I need to be to cut this line, and we'll put that other fitting on that end. All right, now we got this fitting on here. We'll just go ahead and we're gonna thread it on to the fitting on the fuel pump, and then the fuel line is set. I don't want to forget to hook up the electric choke, and I already have this set up from my previous carb, so we're already good there. And then I need to put the nuts on to hold this carb in place. We don't want this thing moving around. And I'm going to use this port right here for my vacuum advance off my distributor. So you get that guy plugged in there. There we go. Tuck it down, make it look nice. And I believe this port in the back here is for the port that's coming off of my valve cover. I think this is also the power brake boost vacuum port, but I think this is what I need to do for this setup. And the last piece of what we've got here is we're gonna put the throttle linkage on. And hopefully I did everything right. In a previous video, I made a custom linkage setup for my other carburetor, and it miraculously just happens to work for this setup here. We'll just get everything in place and I'll tighten it down. So put that in there. I probably could use a shorter bolt on the front here, but that's okay. It's something I can fix down the road. All right. Perfect. All right, got to tighten that up. So now I need to put my air cleaner on, and they supply this little gasket that we're going to put on here just to seal that off like that. And then the lid, or the bottom piece for my air cleaner, is, what's great is that they include these notches, which actually is designed to clear these 2 points here on the carb. So when you set this down on there, they clear it. I mean, you can turn it either way and run into them. So, and this is fantastic because it clears the electric choke, all that stuff. On my 1406 Edelbrock carb, that 600 CFM unit I had to have a spacer to raise it up so that I could clear everything. I don't need that here. However, I do want a little more space underneath for all this stuff. I want to be able to see this, and I don't want to be super close to everything. So I'm actually going to use that spacer that I had on my other car and put it in here. I'll put that guy on like that. And then we can put this on there like so. And the air cleaner goes on top, and that's going to be fantastic. Now, my carb did not come with the stud that goes right here, and so I'm going to have to get one of those, but that's okay. I don't need to worry about that right now. But I need to grab one of those studs. I'll just grab it at the hardware store, and then we can put this together, and then we'll be set. So guys, that's it. That's putting a brand new 750 CFM Holley carb on my 347 stroker. I'm excited. You know, the next step is to fire up that motor, and let's hear it perf for the first time. So we'll make sure to catch that in the next video. All right guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you subscribe, I appreciate it because it helps my channel out, and we'll see you in the next one.